So, Anne Hathaway joins a gang of rich, privileged wannabe gangsters, spends one night in juvie, and then decides that's not enough for her, so she wants to join an even more intense gang. And that's it. That's the movie. But seriously, this weekend I watched the movie Havoc from 2005, where a group of rich kids in LA form a gang literally because they're bored, and then decide to take themselves on a field trip to the ghetto because they're bored, and then are surprised when they meet people who are actually about that life and bad things happen to them. So I discovered this movie because of a really cringy scene where Anne Hathaway's character Allison is bragging about her extremely difficult one night in juvie. And I knew I had to watch this movie, and I am not glad that I did. So this movie is really strange to me. I think the goal was for it to be a cautionary tale and one of the many troubled teen movies in the 2000s, but the movie's rated R. So in theory, the target audience couldn't even technically watch it. This movie is also so incredibly cringy. I am so sorry, but you have this group of nearly all white teenagers trying to sound hard and using a lot of AAVE with something else mixed in there. And that for the first half of this movie, my friends and I really couldn't take it seriously. And then the movie switches up to something mega serious, and it's hard to really understand the tone of the movie. Also, as someone who loved The Princess Diaries and Ella Enchanted, hearing Anne Hathaway say the N-word so many times was a really weird feeling. I know that it's in the script. I know it's not her fault. I completely get it, but it was crazy to hear that coming out of her just because of the image of Anne Hathaway that I have in my mind. So I think one of the main themes that I took from this movie was one of escapism. We are constantly reminded that Allison and her friends live this dangerous lifestyle despite having literally everything because they're bored. And I think for them, it's almost like they get to live a fantasy. One of the men in the rival gang is talking to Allison and talking about how this is his life. He doesn't get to choose it and he doesn't get to walk away from it, and he's right. Allison and her friends get to go and play hard for a few hours a day, but at the end of the day, they're able to get back into their convertibles and go home to Bel Air to their comfortable houses and their parents who can pay to make them make any questionable decision go away. And this is just a game to them. And they live in this lifestyle, honestly, to pass the time because they feel their own regular lifestyles are fake, and they're fine playing this game until things actually get serious. Like I said before, this movie's tone is really strange because it's almost comedic at first with how cringy Allison and her friends are, but towards the end of the movie, it really does take this really dark turn, and it comes almost way too late. I think if they were going to go that route with the movie, they really should have done it a lot sooner. Overall, I want to give this movie a 3 out of 10, which I think is the lowest I've rated a movie so far. But honestly, it's not a good movie. It's entertaining, I suppose, but it comes across as like an extra dark Lifetime movie, and I don't think it really has a place. If you wanted to be a troubled teen movie, make it PG-13 and market it to troubled teens. Or if you're trying to make a trauma porn movie, then maybe make that more clear in the start. I don't know where to put this movie.